Welcome to the GCN Tech Show.
The bike industry has got it all wrong. We're going to explain why.
And in Hot Tech this week, we've got news from Canyon, we've got a custom Zwift bike, we've got some crazy pedals, plus, of course, comments of the week and the bike vault. Right, let's do this. Okay, so this week we are discussing why you think the bike industry has got it all wrong, and I feel like we need to discuss this further.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm mainly talking about the road bike industry.
Okay.
And I've been thinking about this for a while, and I'm increasingly thinking this way. So the vast majority of sort of marketing and R&D and bike development is all centred around the big French bike ride, which has just come to a close.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the women's race still ongoing.
Yeah.
But it's all about the Tour de France, okay? And it's all about the bikes that are raced at the Tour de France. It's all about racing and aerodynamics, which is, let's be clear here, like the Formula One of cycling.
100%.
You know, it's
like
that top echelon.
Yeah.
And it's all about, you know, race and performance. And I love this. I think it's cool. You know, I love the tech and I love all the performance stuff and I love all that. But I just don't think it's the best way to grow cycling.
Okay, I get you. But what do you think is the answer then? If road cycling is not the answer, where are you going with this?
A gravel
Right, okay. I slightly lost for words here. How can you possibly be saying a gravel bike is the answer to cycling and the industry's got it wrong? You don't even like gravel bikes.
I do like gravel bikes.
Right, okay, you need to explain yourself here, because I feel like this is like a huge U-turn.
Yeah, so, well, the first thing is to point out is that the bike industry has definitely recognised this because there has been a big push for gravel.
Yeah.
And there has been a big, push into that sector.
It's not new anymore, and it's still growing, though.
No, and it is growing, and it is like, there is a lot of effort into this. But the most effort, the most resource is definitely, if you look at the biggest brands, is still put into the bike that Tadej Pogačar's riding, the bike that is the Tour de France thing. That's when that's where the vast majority of marketing is as well, and that's it. But I feel like a bit of a changed man.
Well, I feel like you've got to elaborate on this a little bit more. Like, what's the reasoning behind this? What sort of led you to this decision? And I think everyone at home is going to be like, how can you possibly justify this?
Okay, so what's really convinced me, I think, is a recent gravel ride we did up the off-road trail up the Stelvio Pass. There's a video over on GCN. If you've not seen it yet, go check it out. Blooming amazing. Absolutely amazing and beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a combination of like old trade routes from the Bronze Age right through to sort of... we also use these Italian World War I army trails that they used as well to get to the front line. Like mega adventure. It's exploration, it's wilderness, it's freedom.
I watched the video and it's super inspirational, and it made me immediately message you and be like, I want to go there.
That's it. That's a good litmus test, because you get to ride in loads of amazing places.
Yeah.
So if you're like, I want to ride there, then it must be a good, cool place, right?
Yeah, it's cool.
And I think that when I look at like other sports and other activities that are out there that are really, really popular, there isn't this emphasis on top-end performance and competition like you have in the Tour de France and like you have in cycling.
Yeah.
So you're not marketed products in that way. And we even get this even still with gravel.
Yeah.
So, if you, for example, look at something like, hiking is really accessible.
Yeah.
Or climbing, it's not... Okay, you have like speed climbers and stuff, but
that's not the marketing drive, is it?
No, it's like you don't go for a hike up a mountain and go like, oh, get the Strava on, let's see how quickly we can get to the top and see if we can get the KOM. You just go out and enjoy it and have a great day out. Same if you go skiing. Obviously, there is ski racing and there's the performance side of that sport. But most people who go skiing are just going out and participating and getting outside and enjoying it and having fun.
Yeah, hiking equipment isn't marketed with like a speed hiker. It's go outside, explore, have a sense of adventure.
No, and as a result, that's another, by introducing this element of like performance, you're again increasing the barrier to entry to the sport. You're making it more intimidating for people.
Yeah, okay.
You feel you have to be at a certain level. And whereas the idea of just going outside for an adventure and being outside and making something more accessible, I think is a lot more appealing as well to a much broader church of people.
This isn't a new concept, right? Like, people have been saying this about gravel bikes for a while now. I feel like you're maybe late to the party.
They have. I mean, but there's a comment under that video from Burcaster. I'll read it here. It says, this video clearly shows why gravel blew up. No cars, spectacular nature, light bikes. You can do it with a cross-country bike, but weight does matter. And even budget gravel bikes are pretty good for this. I love this video. I fell in love with gravel because of GCN. The Iceland video years back. I think that's the one that Cy did with Neil Donahue.
Right.
And like, you know, I think that like gravel, is
like, we're talking about participation, the sense of adventure, but gravel is still gravel racing. That's like still a massive part of it. I mean, did you not see Unbound?
Yeah, I know, and that was great. But this is my point. Is it's like, even cycling does this thing where even when they've created this thing of gravel, right? And initially, the people involved were probably thinking exactly along the lines of what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
About it being just go outside, explore, get out your front door, go for an adventure.
Yeah.
But then we turn it into a race.
That's because of people like me and you that are super losers.
I know. And we just turn it into Unbound, which is also great. Like, I love everything. I love all of that stuff.
Okay.
I love the gravel racing thing. I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
But again, then the emphasis of all the gravel marketing now and all of the R&D, it feels, the vast majority of it feels now it's funneled towards gravel racing. It's like we don't have to turn everything into a race.
No, we don't. That is.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But we need to kind of like bring this back to like the bike. We're speaking about the concept of exploring and racing, but it's the tech show, right? We talk about the bike. Now, the bike that I feel like has really triggered this big mindset shift for you has got to be the Pinarello Dogma GR that you rode on the Stelvio. Obviously, you've ridden loads of gravel bikes in the past, but maybe it's all led up to this point, and that's the bike that's tipped you over the edge, do you think?
Oh, yeah, no, it's great. It's nice having something that's really light, and that I'd taken it out for a few little spins, but that Pinarello Dogma GR is blooming lovely.
It looks great. Now, I've actually not had the chance to ride it yet, so I've obviously ridden the latest Gravel F, and you've ridden the Dogma GR, but we haven't switched bikes.
We need
around.
to swap.
Yeah, we do.
I don't really want to ride the gravel, just because I think the one thing that I think I would prefer is that you can fit bigger tyres. Big chunky boys. You like a big chunky boy? Tyre? Yes.
Well, we can switch bikes around and try that out, can't we?
Yeah, no, I think so. I think that'd be really good. I think it's just I was sort of thinking like what is like having the lower weight if you're going, you know, somewhere uphill and remote and stuff is really good.
Yeah.
But it's just thinking about things like the handling characteristics and having something that's you know makes you confident on those off-road trails is
confident,
is a really
versatile, like kind of like a do-it-all. I mean, people say this all the time for gravel bikes. They're do-it-all bikes. So we've kind of touched on this subject in the past on the tech show, but we'll go at it again. If you could have one bike, what would you have then? Would you have a gravel bike?
This is it. I think this has changed for me. So I know if we've asked this question before.
Yeah.
Now I would say if I was only going to have one bike for the rest of my life, at the moment, it might change next week. But at the moment, the way I'm thinking is I would go gravel bike. Yeah. And there's a range of factors in that.
And it can be super versatile range of bikes as well. A gravel bike could mean lots of different things.
I'm not that bothered about racing anymore.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
I mean, like, you don't tell me you don't believe me.
Yeah.
I think, like, no, I mean, it's nice going... I like riding uphill as fast as I can, but...
Do you think you're perhaps getting just a bit older?
Yeah, we're not getting any younger, Alex.
No, we're not.
I know I've got a head start on you, and I think, you know, I've probably peaked, so maybe I just focus on having fun now. In which case, gravel bike, that's the way to go.
Yeah, I would... I'm really torn. If I were to have one bike, I'm torn between, like, the all-road kind of gravel bikes. I'm like right on the cusp of both of them. I think I would go gravel bike just because I want to have the option of having those big chunky tyres and that super versatility. So I tell you what I find other than the aesthetics, right, of the fact you've got a frame that's got clearance and massive tyres, and if you run a skinny tyre, it just looks really weird. Like, why would you should just get the bike that's got the most clearance, right? That makes the most sense.
Yeah.
And then you can just run skinny tyres, you want to ride on the road, you want to go fast, you run big chunky gravel tyres, and anything in between. And then it's like, you've ticked all your boxes.
Two big things I'm gonna say, right, from recent riding I've done.
Okay.
Right, one, and I've said this in a video before, but it doesn't matter what bike you're riding up a climb, and it doesn't matter how fast you're going, the view doesn't change.
No.
And that's like the main thing I love, is this being in the scenery and stuff. If anything, on a gravel bike, you'd be a bit slower than a road bike if you're riding up a mountain.
Enjoy it for longer.
Yeah. And then the other thing that I love the most, you know, having recently sort of been out riding with friends of mine and stuff and been away, is it's that thing of just riding with your mates.
Yeah.
And I'm almost like, I'm not that bothered how quick I'm going. It's like just getting out and having a laugh with your mates.
Right, I totally agree with you. But do you remember, cast your minds back a little bit, so the Dirty Reiver event/race that I went and did, made a GCN video about it. Now, people wouldn't realise, but you were also there, lurking in the background. Whilst I was trying to race at the front, you were like full party pace.
I wasn't in the video.
No.
Because I was there for fun. You were working.
But we sat and had pizza afterwards, right?
Yeah.
And you had like loads of really cool, fun stories. And I was like, my version of the stories at the event was like, oh yeah, this bit was so tough. And then I was like struggling to keep up. And you were like, do you see that amazing view? And I was like, no, I was just staring at the guy in front.
Stopped and took a picture and like...
So I feel like you probably got the most out of that event.
Well, it was good, yeah. We just, went with a group of friends and we just cruised around together as a group and had a good day out.
But I think, that kind of really cements home your point a little bit, to be honest, that sometimes you just got to not worry about racing and enjoy all of the cycling.
Well, so some people, this is obvious, Alex. They'll be screaming away at the TV now, or like...
It's taken us how many years to sort this out? We don't know. Right. I do feel like the gravel bike has like led to that point though. And one point I do want to just quickly pick up on from your Stelvio gravel video. I mean, everyone at home, if you haven't watched it, go check it out. Towards the top, you seem to be trying to blame thin air for your inability to cycle up a slightly technical rocky bit. It was
a combination of the fact that it was like super steep, and then it got quite rocky on that bit. There'd been quite a bit of erosion. It was just like one small section.
So perhaps like skills mostly rather than thin air?
Skills, no, but thin air was a big thing because because it got really steep. And so, when it's like you're on like gravel and it's like 25% or whatever, you manage like a first big sort of chunk of it, and then you're like, I'm cooked here.
Okay, I'll let you
I'm
have
knackered.
That one. Yeah.
So and when you are at 2,600 metres, it's hard work, mate.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
So I think, admittedly, I could have gone an extra 200 metres before walking. If it wasn't thin air.
Okay.
But I probably still would have resorted to walking regardless of the air.
Okay, fair play. Well, there you go. That's that's our thoughts on the whole subject. Turns out we're not racers anymore. We just like riding our bikes. But get involved in the comment section down below.
Didn't you win a crit last week?
Yeah, look, it was I'm like lost for what. Whatever. I won a race last week. If you want to see me win a entry-level race against people that are getting into the sport, head over to GCN this weekend, I think.
It made me think of, in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when Uncle Phil does like break out Lucille and he like just hustles all the pool people in the pool hall. No. It's like you just going along hustling, hustling fourth cats.
Look, whatever. Check the video out at the weekend over on GCN and share your thoughts in the comments. Right. I can't talk about it anymore. It's killing me. Right, hot tech, right?
Let's do it.
Okay, first time in hot tech, we're going to start with what I think is like some pretty big news here, because Canyon's customization platform, MyCanyon, is now available in a huge range of locations, because when it first launched, I believe it was only available in the US. So it's now available across Europe, the Middle East and Asia, and that has literally just rolled out, which is pretty cool, right? So this gives you access to loads of different exclusive colorways, and you've also got special editions which have been designed by unique artists. There's a selection of different ranges, obviously, which ranges in price point, but then the most elaborate ones are all hand painted, and each one is ever so slightly unique.
They're really nice. There's a load of them being ridden at the Tour de France Femmes.
Yeah, there are.
Zwift. So a lot of the Canyon sponsored riders, or teams sponsored by Canyon, have like examples of it.
Well, there's actually a massive list here, but there's so many different ones, and all the different riders have got all different types of bikes. I can't read them all out. We'll be here forever.
Yeah.
But I tell you what,
Cassie Neodome's got one. Chloe Dygert's got one.
I tell you what's actually like possibly the coolest thing for me.
Yeah.
Just want to drop it in here. I'm actually heading out to Canyon in a couple of days' time.
Are you?
Yeah, going to find out all about MyCanyon. Perhaps might be able to order myself a MyCanyon custom bike.
Yeah. What are you going to go for?
I haven't actually fully decided yet, so I've been weighing up the options a lot in terms of which different design I go for, what components. I've also been thinking about my like stem length and my bike setup and stuff like that.
You know, I'm trying to trip you up here. I'm trying to make you go, get an air road.
No.
And then everyone in the comments would be like, yeah, but you just said gravel bike would be the one bike you'd get, and then you get an air road.
Well, I am going to get an air road, yeah. Guys, you can't mock me, right? Whatever. But I am going to say, jokes aside, I'm going to be making a video showing some of the people that are behind like the MyCanyon platform, the artists, the ethos behind the bikes, how the crazy paint designs are done, and then also I might show you the cool bike that I'm going to place an order for.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Talking of custom bikes, actually.
Yes.
We've got another custom bike in a sense. So this is the custom Zwift bike, and it's a special limited edition Zwift ride for the Tour de France Femmes avec Zwift.
Question: has this been designed by Connor Dunn?
Right. No. At least I don't think it has, unless he's been moonlighting.
Because you know why I've asked that question.
Yeah. So for reference, if anyone is relatively new to the tech show, they might not have seen one of Connor's previous bikes. I'm going to say a couple years ago.
We'll find a picture of it. We'll put a picture of it up now.
Here's a picture of the Zwift bike, Zwift ride, sorry, and here's a picture of Connor's previous bike. Which
he chose the colours of on the Orbea Mayo.
Yeah. All of his own accord.
Yeah, that was, he chose that.
So perhaps this was the inspiration for the Zwift ride design. Anyway, I think it's super cool. I like the colours, and check this out, right? It's limited to 124 units. I mean, by the time the tech show goes out, might all be gone.
Probably.
And that represents each one for 1 kilometres on the final stage of the Tour de France Femmes avec Zwift.
Cool.
Yeah, I like it.
What
else we got?
Bit of
talk indoor training.
Bike biz news.
Yeah. So Ruvy, big indoor training platform, have acquired BKOOL, who was a slightly smaller indoor training platform. Like a bit of a merger. So the Ruvy group say they're looking to bolster their position in these territories where BKOOL was strong, and also make use of the BKOOL solution for turning GPX files into 3D virtual routes for people to go and ride. Pretty cool. Also, if you are someone that uses BKOOL, let me tell you the information here, because what does this mean for you? Well, BKOOL is going to continue as a standalone brand within the Ruvy group, and the focus is going to be building like stability and reliability on the platform. And it sounds like they're kind of deciding what the future holds for all. So I guess stay tuned to find out more.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's amazing how far indoor training's come.
Oh, it's a long way. I mean, when I was a kid, it didn't really exist, and I used to have to do efforts on a really like old school dumb turbo trainer, and I used to have a stopwatch which I sellotaped onto my handlebars. No joke, that's what I did.
Commitment.
Right, let's talk about some crazy pedals, okay? So these launched a little while back from Ekoi as a shoe and pedal system.
And were banned by the UCI.
They were banned by the UCI. Apparently that has now there's been a U-turn on that. So
a U-turn?
Yeah, that's all right. But the news here is that you can now buy the pedals separately rather than being restricted to buying a shoe and pedal together.
Yeah.
So if you've bought into the system, it gives you more options.
So these are the PW8 pedals from Ekoi.
Yeah.
And I mean, for those who didn't remember it the first time when they came round at the tour and were then promptly banned, the big selling points on them are that they have a really sort of wide platform shape.
Yeah.
Which is apparently good for, so they claim, for sort of power transfer and stuff.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is the incredibly low stack height that they have. So you can...
8 millimetres.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, eh? If you want a set of these pedals, £170 a pair. There you go. Then finally in Hot Tech this week, there's some updates from TrainingPeaks. Now this is news to me, and I feel like you've got a bit of an understanding of it. So do us a favour, explain. What's it all about?
TrainingPeaks is a very popular training software program that coaches and athletes use. I've used it for many, many years, and they've just launched Fueling Insights.
Okay.
Which is really cool. So they've done this in collaboration with Iñigo San Millan, Pog's old coach, and viewers of the channel will be familiar with Iñigo San Millan. And what he did was a load of research looking at carbohydrates and fat oxidation rates within different levels of athlete at different intensities. And from that data, they've been able to accurately come up with a sort of much more accurate estimation, based upon your specific level of fitness, what is likely to be your sort of fat and carbohydrate burn for a different exercise, for a different workout.
Yeah. Okay.
So it will analyse your workout, it will look at the power zones that you did, and it will work out with a good approximation what proportion of, in terms of the calories you burnt in that workout, what proportion was fat and what proportion was carbs. And I think this is mega. So for example, if you did an hour of exercise, but you did it at FTP, like a full-on max effort, then you're basically burning carbs.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas if you did that hour, but you did it at
cruise around,
really zone 1, you're going to be burning still some carbs, but a lot more fat. And what's good is it analyzes your ride and it works that out and it puts that into the thing. Where this is cool is because I think in the past what people do, right, is they do a ride, they look at how many calories they've burnt, even if they've accurately computed this with a power meter, and then they go, all right, so on my ride today I burned 3,000 calories, which means I could eat
all the chocolate.
3,000 calories. Whereas this, it's really cool. It'll break it down and go, well, actually, half of what you burnt was fat.
Yeah, okay.
And so...
more information the better, basically, if you want to dial into those specifics. But seeing as we're both not interested in racing anymore, we can just go have fun.
Yeah. But yeah, I think this is, from a sports science perspective, really cool.
Okay, interesting. Right, that's it for Hot Tech. It's now time for comments of the week, comments that you've been leaving underneath our videos from last week, and we're going to pick out the best ones. So first one, from your wheel balancing video.
Yeah, what's the name of this person?
I'm going to put the name up on the screen.
Stitched you up.
Got me there.
Oh, yeah.
So what did they say?
This
person.
Wonderful person said that a blind test is such a great idea. It's informative and entertaining. More of these tests, please. Yeah, so basically we did a blind test of balanced and unbalanced wheels, and Connor and Si
stitched you up.
Yeah, they did stitch me up, but they were adamant that they could tell the difference. You've not tried balanced wheels yet. I need to get you on it.
Yeah.
Ampuz says, these are some of your best videos. Keep up the good work.
Jim says, it seems a great way to descend more confidently and faster as you illustrated. It's probably been overlooked so long since descending faster on a road bike is not a place many people are looking for gains. Occasionally I see people asking about it, but for the vast majority of us, it seems like once you get to the downhill section, we just enjoy going down. Nevertheless, for a few dollars of lead tape and an afternoon full of swears at the bench is something for us nerds to try out. Could be an upgrade point for wheels and feels so much better since cheap wheels might be out of balance more than something high end. Yeah, I think there's some pretty good points.
Yeah, riding balanced wheels feels really, really nice, and it's something that you can do yourself at home pretty cheap.
It definitely feels like it's one for the nerds out there.
It's one for the nerds, but I mean, even if you're, not trying to race, but you just want a bike that feels really amazing and handles amazing, feels really good, then it's a thing worth looking at. Yeah. Okay. But check out the video if you've not seen it already. Now, we've got comments under last week's tech show. Now,
this is actually, I remember seeing the second the person posted this comment, I thought, this is pure genius.
Yes. So when I criticised Luke Rowe and Geraint Thomas, in their podcast for getting Dan Bingham's name wrong, calling him repeatedly Dan Bingham.
And you said, for goodness sake, at least get his name right.
Yeah. God.
Valid point, I suppose.
God. It's just basic levels of respect for another human being. And then I proceeded to get Adam and Simon Yates mixed up. I'd love to say that I did that on purpose, but no. I mean, I can only apologise. I'm a massive plonker.
No, I think it's good to. There's nothing wrong with apologising. Yeah, you get middle mistakes all the time.
I mean, the thing is, though, right? The thing is, do you think it's possible that when they ride a grand tour together, they could swap places, and one of them can have an easy day in the gruppetto, and then one of them could... Do you think you could get away with that? Because with sunglasses on and a hat, and they swap their clothes, like maybe. The Prestige.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's probably very likely.
I think they could.
Okay, well...
Do you know why I think that? You know why I think that? Right.
Why?
And why I think it's possible? Because you often have one in GC and one not in GC. Like, there's one maybe chasing stages. The other one...
Show me a GC group with both of them in at the same time.
Yeah. Someone's gonna find it where they've done that.
I categorically will. 100%. So a number of people picked up on your name faux pas in the tech show.
Yeah.
So glad everyone enjoyed that.
Mo Barker said, get his name right, proceeds to get riders' names wrong. Smooth, Dr. Bridgewood.
And then also, at the other video of the weekend, I made a bit of a video taking a closer look at PVD or oil slick coatings, right? I thought it was interesting. Some people enjoyed it, some people didn't enjoy it, but whatever. Magic M66 says oil slick everything. Yeah, I'm in agreement. Lazarboyman 8003 says no mention of costs. I'm assuming you can buy a cassette pre-coated. Yes, you can buy all the parts pre-coated and done. It's not something you can ever do yourself. In terms of costs, there's very little difference between a coated chain and it's really just like choosing a different colour. They're the same cost, so no stress over that. And someone who didn't leave their name says if rust is an issue on your bike, it's not the components that need to be different. Good point. Yeah, you just need to maintain your bike to a higher standard.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Which leads us on nicely to the bike vault, where you submit pictures of your bike using the link in the description down below. We pick the bikes out and judge them to be either nice or super nice. If they're super nice, the bell gets rung. Big entry this week by some dude called Tadej Pogačar.
Today for Catcher.
Yeah, have you seen that floating around online?
Yeah, I have. Today for Catcher.
Yeah. Anyway, decked out Tour de France winning bike of Poggy. What are we saying about this bike?
Yeah, it's a super nice, isn't it?
I mean, it is a super nice. We should judge it to the same level as all the other bikes. Slight jaunty angle? A little bit.
It is, yeah, actually.
Valves aren't
aligned. Valves are not aligned. Are they the fancy... They're the archetype, aren't they? The fancy tyre. The new Continental Fancy limited edition thing. Matching bottles.
Yeah.
It's pretty swish, isn't it?
We should super nice this, shouldn't we? How can you not?
Because it's Pog and he's won everything.
Yeah. What, you think you just go nice?
I mean, the background's not the best, is it?
Yeah.
And has he used a shadow stand? And it's just
Can't see.
And the wheels aren't aligned, mate.
Yeah, that's what I said. Valve's not aligned.
No, it's a nice.
Just a nice. Sorry, Pog.
Should be a super nice. Resubmit it next week.
Resubmit it next year.
Take the feedback on board.
Yeah. Win Tour de France next year. Resubmit.
Yeah.
Cool. Franco.
Franco's next with a Cannondale Super 6 Evo. Oof, look at that. I like that paint job on that one. That's a nice.
Yeah,
that's
I
a
do
nice.
like that.
Yeah, quite a simple paint job.
Is that I'm not sure what the bar is for on the wall. Is it like a ballet bar where people do rest and do ballet and stuff?
Oh yeah, is that what? Oh yeah. I mean, I've never done ballet myself.
Me neither.
But
yeah,
it does look like that sort of thing. Maybe it's just a handrail. Yeah, I think that's a super nice. That
valves are aligned. It's in the correct gear. Saddlebag, but it's pretty neat and tidy. It's super nice.
Yeah, Pedro Neves. Neves.
A handmade titanium frame by Isca Bikes
in Portugal.
GRX 610, Dieter's wheel, Brooks saddle. I like it.
Yeah, I'm into that.
I love titanium bikes. I say it every time.
I think it's got Gubbins on it.
Big old top tube.
It's got Gubbins, but it's appropriate Gubbins. You know what I mean?
Yeah, suitable.
Wheels aren't aligned.
Close, but not quite. Tyre, I quite like to super nice. It seems we both said
looks like there's a bit
forward.
of a shadow stand thing going on there.
Yeah.
Or similar.
Super nice.
Yeah. Coley IJ with an Enigma Elan, another titanium bike.
Yeah.
Ultegra Di2.
I picked it out specifically.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah. Right. No, I remember looking at this image and thinking, you tell me what you think here. Is this Cheddar Gorge?
I don't think that's Cheddar Gorge. I think that's Burrington Combe.
Oh, it is, yeah. Now you've said that, it makes sense.
I don't know, I might be wrong. I think it is Burrington Combe.
Coley IJ, if this is your bike, please let us know. Currington Boom. Cheddar Gorge or Burrington Combe? I want to super nice it.
It's not. I'll tell you why I don't think it's Cheddar Gorge. It's because there aren't 7 Ford Fiesta STs being driven by chavs with Asbos in the background.
Yeah. Okay. Nice or super nice?
I think that's super nice.
Yeah. Luna Boona next, where they say when hitting snooze isn't an option. Early midsummer's ride out to watch the sunrise.
Love it. Love a sunrise ride.
Yeah. Not one car, view of the sun coming up. Not in Biggie Smalls, has just climbed up 10 to 12% gradients. Sweating face emoji.
That gate's massive. Is that to keep Connor out?
Or is it a normal sized gate in a miniature bike?
That's what I'm trying to work out.
Answers we need to know.
Yeah.
That is a mega picture, though.
That is cool as well.
It upsets me a little bit that the bike is sort of leant up against the gate with the seat post.
I'll tell you what's upsetting me a little bit. The bike is a little bit like out of focus.
I think it might be a little bit, yeah. Nice.
It feels like the other things in the frame are more in focus.
Okay, so...
I think it's not Biggie Smalls. It's the wheels aren't...
Well, similar to what we said to Tadej Pogačar, don't hit the snooze button, get back out there, resubmit.
Yeah. That's
done.
it.
Mike from Victoria, BC. Hey guys, this is my 2023 Villia Cento 10 SL that I purchased used from Bicycle from a guy in Spain. It's their first proper road bike. Well, so it's their first proper road. We can be lenient here. Gearing incorrect, cranks not aligned, valves not aligned.
Oh, he's doing that thing Connor does. Mismatched bottles.
Mismatched bottles. Although they are Camelback podium bottles, so we can be lenient with those. And it's leant up against the wall, like in a way it could fall over.
Yeah. It's I've been to Victoria, it's nice.
Okay.
Very friendly people there. Very good. And
what do you think of the bike then?
Do you know what?
We can be lenient, it's their first proper road bike.
It is, but it's a lovely bike. I love a Cento, but and I love Villiers, but I think we've got to lead them down the correct path of how to properly.
We would be doing a disservice.
Yes.
Okay.
Would be, you know what I mean? Like we've got to.
Yeah. Okay.
You've got to know how to celebrate and properly show off your wonderful steed in all of its glory, and that's not doing it.
Okay. Sorry, it's nice. James Gill next with Connor's Gubbins Tandem Edition. Can't believe I've just said those words.
Can't wait to see this.
Submitting our entry mainly for Connor's Gubbins. Just finished packing landscape tandem.
Where are they going with it?
Oh, here you go. London-Edinburgh-London. Audax.
Oh,
that's right.
One of my
Connor's
friends
Street.
has done this. It sounds horrendous.
GRX gearing. USB charger in the steering.
Can we just take a moment to appreciate that thing that's claiming to be a saddle on the front seat?
Oh, have we got any information about this? I've seen this kind of saddle before.
What on earth is that?
It's not. I haven't got what the saddle is. I've seen them. They got a giant cutout. It's just like the edge bit.
Apparently, this frame has 7 bottle cage mount points.
They're only using 4.
Wow.
I think you might want to use all 7 for a big
Imagine how excited Connor would be if you gave him a frame with 7 bottle cage
mounts. He could put
mounts.
7 different coloured bottles on his bike. Right, we get this thing back on track. We're waffling on.
Oh, it's got Gates belt drive.
Okay, I like it. Do you know what? This bike isn't for me, but I can appreciate the bike.
They're going to put the 40mm Pirellis on the bike.
Okay.
Which I think actually is like a great... That, for like, when you think of the system mass of that 2 riders, that's not an application that I'd thought of for those big 40 tyres, but it makes total sense.
Yeah, it definitely does.
That'd be mega.
Yeah.
I like the tail fin rack on the back. That's very neat.
Very slick.
I think this is fantastic.
Yeah.
I've only ridden a tandem a couple of times, but I think you'll have a great time on that. Just, that saddle, please send us more information about that.
Yeah.
My first instinct is I see that and I think like you're riding this crazy Audax from London to Edinburgh and back, and you've added the added challenge of sitting on that the entire time.
Right.
Wow.
Okay. Super nice?
Yeah, that's a definite super nice.
Right. There you go. That was the last bike in this week's Bike Vault, which means the tech show has drawn to a close. That was good fun this week, mate. Really enjoyed that.
Oh, thanks, mate.
I'm glad that we've both come to terms with the fact we're not really racers anymore. We're getting on a bit. We just got to enjoy the bike.
Let's just go have some fun, go have some adventures.
Yeah. And on that note, we'll see you next week. Get involved in the comment section down below. And if you want to help support our channel, subscribe to GCN Tech. Turn on notifications. Right, Reiver.
Love you, bye.